Hi everyone. Today's video is going to be a PSA about hurricane season and cruising. Now, as you probably already know, we've got a huge hurricane out in the Atlantic that they're watching named Lee. There's several ships have had their itineraries changed and so forth. What I want to talk about today is the people that are really complaining about this. John Heald, the brand ambassador for Carnival, put on his page yesterday that he had a message from someone who said, hey, the weather seems fine. I don't know why we're not going where we were supposed to. Oh, Carnival just wants to keep the ships out at sea and not in port so you can keep the casino open and make more money. And obviously that's ridiculous. And he put on there, how offensive that is to the captain. And I just had an idea. My little PSA is, during hurricane season, instead of having the safety video that you normally watch on your phone before you go on a cruise, I think they should just put little snippets of the perfect storm on there. Has anyone seen the perfect storm? Where the ship sails into the hurricane by mistake. It's not a cruise ship, it's a fishing boat. But anyway, they're in the hurricane and the wave comes up and they just flip completely over and everyone on the ship passes away. It's actually a true story. Yeah. So my thing is, to the people who complain, or if you complain, you should be like, oh, hey, we have a special activity for you, and they need to go in the room and watch snippets of the perfect storm. Now, obviously, they couldn't pull that off. I think the only way to pull it off is to put that on everyone's phone before the cruise starts. Like, hey, guess what? This is hurricane season. If we don't go where we said we were going to go, this might be why. And the reason the water is flat and everything's fine, and you don't think like, oh, there was no reason we couldn't go to port, or we had to go to Canada instead of Bermuda. Well, the reason it's nice is because they did their job and they kept you safe. So this is a little tongue-in-cheek idea that I had this morning for the people who are complaining. Now, that being said, there are a lot of people who are making the most of the situation. The Liberty of the Seas was supposed to go to Bermuda last week, and instead they went to Canada. They had lots of posts of people who were having a great time and really enjoyed Canada. Right now, there's a ship for Carnival that was supposed to go to Greenland, and their entire trip to Greenland was canceled because of the hurricane. And now they're doing different ports in Canada than they had originally planned. They had some Canada and then going to Greenland. And, people are on that ship making the most of it. I'm sure there are some people that are really bummed out, especially the Greenland thing would be a bummer because, that's kind of a bucket list cruise. But, and I also think people who are booking a 14-day cruise that includes Greenland are more seasoned cruisers. That's not usually one that you jump on as a first cruise for the most part. So yeah, I just wanted to put a PSA out there, and please, people, if you book during hurricane season, just be prepared that this is what can happen. And anytime, actually, the ship is not going to sail into any kind of storm, but obviously it's more likely during hurricane season. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Make the most of your vacations and stay safe, everyone.